And welcome into the Cowboys Report. Tom Downey here, producer Chris behind the scenes for today's live show. We'll talk about all the latest coming out of Cowboys OTAs, those going on today, and then another batch coming next week. We will also do the Week 2 Madden Sim Cowboys Saints. More on that in a little bit. Of course, I think the big main actual football related, off-field stuff is contracts. CeeDee Lamb not at OTAs as he waits for a new deal. Dak Prescott is going to get asked about it pretty much every single day, I feel like, for the next 2, 3, 4 months, whatever. Micah Parsons not present, but seems content to wait relative to getting Lamb and maybe Dak done first. Who gets paid first? Not necessarily by the Cowboys. We'll open the door up for they don't get a deal done with Lamb, which would be really annoying, and Dak gets paid by somebody else in March of next year. Who gets paid first? 88 for CeeDee Lamb, 4 for Dak Prescott, 11 for Micah Parsons. I think it should be 88. I think that's the easy one, right? Just give him, honestly, I'll make this point. You can overpay him right now, and in a year, he will maybe be a top 3 highest paid wide receiver, maybe, if you get it done with urgency and priority. It shouldn't be that hard. But neither side is picking up the phone to call. And frankly, it's kind of on the team more than I think it is on the player. So 88, 4, or 11 in the comment section. James says 11. Jerry Brooks, Rain, Yusha, Zach, Sean, Kidzilla, all typing in their 88s. I would agree. Should be Lamb. And I would have this done by training camp at the latest. I would have had it done in February or March, because you could have paid him $30 million, maybe somewhere in that range, maybe be 32, whatever, but I think y'all would have felt pretty good about it, by the way. Now, we will have, at the end of today's live show, Week 2 of the Madden 25 Sim. It is, I think, the final day we'll do 8-minute quarters. I think we'll dial it back down to 6 or 7 in an effort to keep, the file sizes smaller and not have the full on-demand cuts be an hour and a half. I think that's a little bit who's got an hour and a half, So we'll kind of dial it back a little bit from that perspective. The Cowboys beat the Browns 27-17 in the Week 1 matchup. I've got a little simulator for the regular season for games not involving the Cowboys. Saints, I've got the score prediction too, actually. Let me pull it up here. In Week 1, the Saints beat the Panthers 26-17. So both teams in the hypothetical scenario enter Week 2 at 1-0. Who you got winning in the sim? You can also vote in the pinned poll of today's video. 95% going with the Cowboys. I should have written down what the overalls were on the updated rosters. It was Cowboys 83, Saints a 79 or something. So we'll put the spread at Cowboys by 7.5. How about that? All right, the Madden schedule. This is what's coming up here. Obviously, Cowboys Saints today. We'll do Cowboys Ravens next Monday. Cowboys at Giants on the 30th, which, yeah, that's right, I think. Now I'm doubting myself. No, that is correct. Because it's June 5th is on a Wednesday. We'll bump that up a day and do a live show on Wednesday because I'm going to be out on Thursday because I have a golf tournament. So that's what we're doing there. Steelers June 3rd. The bye will just, I don't know. Sunday bye, I don't know. June 10th against the Niners. Let's see. Falcons Week 9. That's going to be June 13th. June 17th for the Eagles. Basically for the next 2-ish months, barring delays that I'm sure will happen at some point. I assume we're going to be off July 4th. Still TBD on that front. So we'll probably do that on the 3rd. Haven't decided. It's the Panthers, though. The Bengals Week 14. Maybe I'll make Stone do that one as the Bengals host here at Chat Sports. And then if there are playoffs, which they're 1-0 so far, we'll do that at the back end of July. Why do I feel like that's going to be one and done? Why do I feel like that's just what's going to happen? Now, we will have a Super Chat menu for today's show and stream. If you get the score prediction right in a $5 Super Chat, it's a bong at the end of the show. Now, that means if 7 people get it right, I will do 7 bongs. We have, I think, 20 beers? Somewhere in that range. So I might have to have Chris and Stone help me out there, but that's what we'll do on that front. We'll do it a lot from last week. $10, you're entered in to win our Brandon Cooks signed jersey raffle. So that is a signed Brandon Cooks jersey, $10 to get in the raffle for that. $20 for a shot. There's still enough left there to make it entertaining. $50 for the beer bong, and the MVP, which I think today, Chris, we can try to make it as I get my phone here to make sure the Venmo doesn't die on me. Most combined supers, it was the same last week because Mark had 100 plus there, gets to pick the starting running back for week 3. Mark did pick Rico Dowdle this week. So Dowdle is going to get the lion's share of the work in this week's sim. But that is today's Super Chat menu. If you put a $5 super with a score prediction and you are right, I actually don't know what the score is. I just kind of stopped the recording and uploaded it. I just try not to pay attention to it as best as possible. Although I will say, and I'll mention this later on, I think it was a quarter in, and I was not paying attention. I was cooking dinner, and all of a sudden I hear beep, and it shut down, and Olivia had turned it off. So I don't know what happened in the first game that we lost because Olivia turned off the PlayStation. That's the Super Chat menu here. We are also doing the Venmo 50/50 raffle today. $10 to enter, and we will run a little duck race to determine the winner. We will also use the duck race for the Brandon Cooks raffle at the end of the show. The main goal here is to beat week 1's Super Chat figures. That was 304.72. I think we can make it happen. So get those supers in. The beer bongs come in before the game. I will do them. I might pace myself because it's okay if the cuts need to be good, but I don't want if the game gets off the rails, the game gets off the rails. It's fine. Now, when it comes to the ground game, will it be better this year? Y for yes, N for no. Get those. I am hopeful that it is, but I do have my doubts from that perspective. In terms of I think the biggest argument in favor of the ground game is the offensive line being better. And if the O-line's better, regardless of who's back there, I think you have a real chance to get better results. I don't think you're as good on paper in the backfield, but I can hopium my way into a fever dream of the offensive line being better and everything else being better on top of that as well. So will the Cowboys' ground game be better this year? Y for yes, N for no. We will have a mailbag for you as part of today's live show as well. 2 ways to get on the show is to use hashtag Cowboys or Super Chat. If you have questions, it's a great way to go about doing that there. Get your hashtags in, or your questions in via hashtag Cowboys or via Super Chat. Now, if you enjoyed, that's the proper word for it, the Week 1 Madden Sim, then like today's video for me. We'll get going on the entirety of the show, but like the video if you haven't already. Now, coming up live for you guys, we will run through some Cowboys news and rumors, plenty of emphasis on OTAs and stuff for Dallas from that perspective, with day 3 of them. Not very much public knowledge or showcasing from that perspective. A mailbag, hashtag Cowboys or Super Chat to skip the line, guaranteed to get on at some point on the show. We'll also do some early OTA winners and losers, and of course the Cowboys versus Saints Madden Sim. To answer the question there, Zach, how does the duck race work? We have all the names, people who have submitted entries for the signed Brandon Cooks jersey, $10 to get in. Everyone gets a duck, and we'll put it up on the screen, and the duck or something funny will race, and the winner gets the signed Brandon Cooks jersey. That's at the end of today's live show, getting started right now. The latest Cowboys news and rumors begin with an Osa Odigizuwa update. He had missed OTAs yesterday, had been undisclosed when we filmed the video on the takeaways. A couple hours later, it comes out, it's a hip injury for Osa, who should be back and good to go in time for training camp. But that makes me anxious. I'm not worried, but I'm anxious about it. I'm not panicking, but it's nagging at the back of my mind, right? Because if this team doesn't have Osa at defensive tackle, this is the worst defensive tackle room in the NFL by a massive margin. And like, it still kind of might already be the worst defensive tackle in the NFL. Like, it's terrible. It's Mazi Smith, maybe Chauncey Golston. Who is he, a DE or a DT? We'll find out. Justin Rodgers, 7th-round pick. Carl Davis, I don't think is that good. And UDFA Denzel Daxon. Like, Dallas made a big deal about wanting to get better along the defensive line and didn't do anything beyond a 7th-round pick. So I think an underrated, like, most important player is kind of Osa Odighizuwa. He's the only one we've seen play good football, consistently good football, even for a small sample size, over in their NFL career. So I am anxious about that one. Now, I wouldn't be shocked if Dallas added some more help along that defensive line. If there is a move made, the Cowboys do have several open roster spots, we will have a video for you. Hit that sub button right now for free multiple times per day Dallas Cowboys YouTube videos. So Cowboys contractual updates here. Jane Slater giving some insight into where the Cowboys sit with the quote-unquote big three contracts that they're currently trying, also in air quotes, kind of sort themselves through at this time. 3 players due for new deals, not necessarily in this order. Of course, there's CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and Micah Parsons. Lamb is the one that maybe is most at the forefront because he is not present at OTAs because of the contractual stuff. Dak is present. Micah will be present next week for at least part of it, but that's where things sit for those three guys. We'll go in depth on all of them here momentarily. But predictions. Who gets paid first? By Dallas or by somebody else? Long-term deal, franchise tag does not count. 88 for CeeDee Lamb, 4 for Dak Prescott, or 11 for Micah Parsons. It is the pinned comment on this video. You should know what that means. Ads probably going to come on YouTube. It's fine. Ignore it. Head down there. Let me know. 8, 4, or 88, 4, or 11. I think the Lamb one is the one that stands out the most to me, that has the most urgency behind it in terms of potentially losing out on things. Not running into issues of like, we kind of missed our chance to save a couple $1 million per year. Here's what Jane Slater said on CeeDee Lamb, who I will appreciate, by the way, did actually challenge Jerry Jones, unlike most people in that the press conference. So not taking shots at others, but I want to give Jane her flowers there. Said, look, the Cowboys will do this. Well, here they don't talk. And by the way, I've been told they haven't had any conversations with CeeDee Lamb in a while, but they won't talk. We'll get to training camp, then all of a sudden, deals find their way getting done. I think CeeDee Lamb probably gets done here before camp. I would agree with Jane. I'd be very upset if they forced Lamb to hold out deep into, or if Lamb held out deep into camp. I'll take away, I guess, the forced angle there. Because there's no real benefit to waiting. It does take 2 to tango here, but players don't hold out and skip the voluntary stuff and mandatory stuff. We'll see what happens there at minicamp in June and training camp in July because they actually just want to wait no matter what. Not really how it works there. Frankly, you can overpay, and that overpay gets beat by Justin Jefferson maybe even a day later. It gets beat by Jamar Chase probably next year. Might get beat by Brandon Ayuk, or at least close to it. There are benefits to being first in line to making the contract happen because the guys behind you end up getting paid a little bit more as long as they're in the same range, the same threshold, right? Now, we will come back to where things sit with Dak Prescott, Micah Parsons, etc., in terms of where the Cowboys are trending at this time. But today's show is made possible by PrizePicks. Go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. There is NBA PrizePicks options out there. There are WNBA, MLB, NHL, even esports, wide variety of things that you are able to have PrizePicks slates for. It's daily fantasy made easy. Super straightforward there, folks. I always advise the flex play when you're picking more than or less than because it gives you some buffer in case something bad happens. Speaking of Dak, Lamb, and Micah, they are part of my NFL season-long PrizePicks. More thans across the board on Mahomes and Dak passing yards, Lamb touchdowns, Micah sacks, because all of those numbers are less than what they did last year. because you're kind of already factoring in the injury risk. So you just take the more thans as far as I'm concerned. So go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use code CLNS for a first deposit match up to $100. Link will be in the comments section and the description of today's show. That's prizepicks.com/CLNS. Now, we're going to go more in depth on Micah. I do want to point out what Chris Long and Eagles Now host good friend Chase Sr., but he's going to get bodied here, unfortunately. They're trying to push a Micah Parsons to the Eagles agenda. Chase talked about this. It's really Chris Long's fault. Chris Long was supposed to be part of that, like, the Cowboys schedule release video with, like, the prank call stuff, whatever. Here's what Chris said. So the Cowboys call me. It's Jerry, Dak, Michael Irvin, someone else. I can't remember. They're all sitting there, and they're trying to keep a straight face. And the cheerleaders are behind them like, hey, guys, don't know how long it's going to go, but I got to have something. I put Micah Parsons in a big frame in an Eagles jersey, put it behind me, had the green light hat on, trying to get some signage in there. They're trying not to crack up. I'm like, Jerry, you recognize this guy? I'm like, Jerry, can we borrow him? You've seen him at the Sixers game. They're trying to keep a straight face. Dak actually almost cracked up. So the schedule release comes out last night. I clicked the link on YouTube. They have Shane Gillis for the first time the Eagles play. I'm like, okay, the second one must be me. Dawn Staley pops up, and then me. So they split me and Dawn Staley, which is actually kind of cool. But then I go to quote tweet it and then say honored, and it's just Dawn Staley. Here's why it happened, in my opinion. Number one, they needed somebody. They got a hold of me. They couldn't get a hold of Dawn Staley until after me, so I was like 1B. Second, they don't want people seeing the Micah Parsons thing because they know it's true. Jerry knows that one day Micah Parsons will be wearing midnight green. This is the fakest of all the fake news. Eagles fans are like, oh, Micah wants to be an Eagle. And it's the meme of like with the indented brain as they say it. Parsons didn't even meet with the Eagles pre-draft. He skipped it. He's like, I don't want to meet with them. Micah literally does not want to be an Eagle. You can take my word for it, or literally Micah less than 2 weeks ago, earlier this month, saying, I quote, I didn't want to stay home. When Eagles fans talk to me like, man, you should come to Philly, I'm like, I do not want to. I went to Penn State. I wanted to get out of Pennsylvania. Eagles fans are high on opium, man. Like, this is not going to happen. They can smooth brain their way into thinking about it all the time. It's just not going to be a reality. I promise you on that. Now, back to actual football stuff here. Jane also having this report on NFL Network about Dak and Micah. I think they're going to have to figure out something with Dak Prescott, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Micah Parsons thing doesn't come to fruition this year. He's not pressed to get this deal done. Keep him on the Cowboys, picked up his fifth-year option. Will pay him around $21 million. That's more than his first 4 years on his rookie deal. They've got him through at least 2025. Now, I would probably agree that nothing happens with Micah, and that's fine as long as you get that next deal done before free agency next year. Like that window is kind of the same. It doesn't really change your year one cap hit or this year cap hit, so I'm fine with it. But, yeah, it's going to be expensive, so the longer you wait, the more it costs. So just don't wait. What would you do with Micah Parsons if you ran the Cowboys? P for you'd pay him, W for you'd wait, or T for you'd say, screw it, let's trade him. Go vote in the comment section right now. Now, look, we'll see what ends up happening here with Dak and the Cowboys, but Dak had some kind of interesting comments about his contract status with Dallas, and that have, no surprise, been picked up on a pretty national scale there. Here's what he said. I don't play for money. Never have, never cared for it, to be honest with you. Would give it up just to play this game. I allow that to the business people to say what it's worth, what they're supposed to give a quarterback of my play, a person of my play, leader of my play, I guess you could say. For me, it's about controlling what I can control, handle that part, and the rest will take care of itself. Now, outside of the first part, there's nothing wrong there, right? But come on. Sometimes this whole, like, I don't know, not holier than thou, but like the silly dance that teams and players and agents and spokesmen all do, whatever. Let's be real here. Of course the money matters. That's why you hired Todd France. That's why the first contract was such a nightmare to go through, because you would take what you were worth. Now, to be fair, saying that you, quote, don't play for the money does not mean you're saying you'd play for free. And, I think what Dak really means is it's not only about the money. But for players and agents in the player empowerment era, it's also not just about, taking whatever deal gets offered to you. It's about, hey, I got to make sure I get the most of the next guy and the next guy and the next guy and the next guy all get their money as well. Not just for him. This is for others. I mean, you saw Dak and Hurts both kind of made similar comments about that when each guy got paid. Everything else they said is true, but it's just a little silly to just I don't play for money. Well, yeah, it's not just about the money. You're saying that you love football. I get that. But the money matters, as it should. I love my job. It's awesome. I would not do it for free. I'm not doing it for the money. But if I didn't have the money, I'd probably have to do something else. I got a family to feed. That's the exact same way. So I think it's good. It is getting blown out of proportion, whatever. But you take away that first part of the quote and just go with the I leave it up to the business people. That's fine. But let's not pretend you're not going to try to maximize, because we've seen that before. We know that's what's happening, and that's fine. It's how players should operate. It's okay that's what it is. But you can't try to give the perfect PR answer when there's already something else that shows, well, that's not exactly true. So is this Dak Prescott's last year in Dallas? Maybe what he meant was, I'm not just going to go to the place that pays me the most money. Maybe that's what he really meant deep down. But is this his last year? Y for yes, N for no. Mailbag coming up here on the Cowboys Report. 2 ways to get on the show. Use hashtag Cowboys or Super Chat to skip the line. We'll get to Ecuador Man's Super Chat, by the way, here momentarily. This is the Super Chat menu for the upcoming Madden stream. You can get them in right now. Cowboys Saints. That'll go in 40-ish minute, 30. No, 40. Somewhere in that range. If you get the score right of the Cowboys Saints game, I genuinely do not know what it is. We'll find out when the game ends. And it's on a $5 Super Chat. I'll do a free beer bong for you, so immense value. And if a lot of you guys get it right, there you go. We'll cut that off at halftime, though. I'm not going to fall for this. Comes in right at the buzzer type of deal. $10 Super Chat. You are entered into our signed Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. Got it right here. There's a bunch of entries from week 1. We'll do every 2 weeks. We'll give away something like that. $20 is a shot. Chance to get me hammered. Fun times. $50 for the beer bong, and your initials go on the Beer Bong Hall of Fame. It's filling up quite nicely, by the way, now. Lot of names on there. I love it. The MVP of today's show gets to pick the running back that starts in week 3. That'd be the Ravens, by the way. Rico Dowdle was the was the pick from Mark in week 2, or week 2, I should say. Right now, Ecuador Man is actually in the lead on that front, with just $2, so easy to beat him. We are also doing the Venmo 50/50 raffle. I will make sure that we don't miss anything there, although Ecuador Man did just DM me and share a post on Twitter. So I will review that Ecuador Man after the live show, so I'm not getting distracted. At What Going Downey, $10 to enter the Venmo 50/50 raffle. We'll update that Super Chat number there too, by the way, Chris. I'll say we'll do it at the end of the stream if we get enough. It is up to you guys if we do the Venmos or not. So at What Going Downey, $10 Super Chat or $10 Venmo for that front. Also have aspirations of beating our Week 1 Super Chat figure. 304, so a long way to go. But it's the watch party. They come in during the watch parties. It'll be entertaining on that front. We'll go rapid fire on the 2 Super Chats that came in. Then we'll get into today's mailbag here as well. First up is Ecuador Man AOG, who says, I don't play for money, so pay me the most, SMH. Also, Dak said he doesn't necessarily have to be the highest paid quarterback. You also don't hire Todd France if you're not trying to get what you think you're worth. So it's kind of like this is done. Like, this is kind of what I'm annoyed by, of like the stupid song and dance BS that teams and players do, of like, oh, we believe in the guy. We believe in the guy. We've made a contract offer. Oh, I don't want to be the highest paid guy, but I'm not taking blow-off balls. It's just dumb to me. They haven't really talked that much, which is really frustrating too. That's what annoys me. So I agree. Lone Wolf, I have Cook's entries, right? Yes, you do. Although I'll put this out there too. The first $10 super chat that comes in gets 2 entries into the signed Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. That deal is open until we get through the mailbag. So 15 minutes, you got chances to get that 2-for-1 entry in here on the Cowboys Report. Tom Downey back once again for the Cowboys Report by Chat Sports. It's a mailbag answering your questions, or at least your fellow Cowboys fans' questions. Juan Ramos, which players will be June 1 cut candidates for each team? Will the Cowboys sign one of them? Tyler Jones is doing a cut candidates video on Chat Sports. That'll be available at some point this weekend, so you can watch that. I will remind myself to link it in the comment section for you guys. The name that I would monitor is Miles Sanders. Maybe he gets cut by Carolina. I don't think there's going to be that many guys because there's normally not, because they can cut those guys before June 1st. Carolina's actually maxed on post-June 1st cuts, so maybe that could make some sense there for Sanders, but there's not that many of them because it's kind of doing the player a little bit dirty if you keep them through June and then cut them. That's why that rule exists for the NFL. So we'll see, but I don't think there's going to be that many. Brian Greathouse, hey Tom, who is the underdogs this year in your opinion? Do you mean like on the Cowboys roster? There's a bunch of them. Insert everyone in the running back room, right? Jalen Brooks, good underdog candidate. Maybe John Stevens, Brock Hoffman's underdog candidate. There's kind of like sleeper guys to an extent as well. Maybe Marquise Bell now fits that mold. Maybe he could. I'm really curious how Mike Zimmer uses his safeties and linebackers this year. You need those depth guys to emerge. Oh, also the entire 2023 NFL draft class for the Cowboys. Every single player. Everyone. Carl, trade for Deebo. Let him be a running back, wide receiver hybrid. Fix both spots. It's creative. It's fun. We're doing the Madden Sims this year. That'd be fun to put Deebo back there and let him just do everything, slot and backfield player. My issue here is Deebo's expensive. Dallas doesn't like paying players. The Niners, I think, listened to offers from Deebo. They didn't get great ones. Thought it was going to be worth maybe a later day 2 pick, whatever. I also, more importantly, I don't think Deebo wants to be a running back. He kind of made some comments. He was getting paid. He didn't want to do that there. And I get that. It's a physical position to play. It's why shelf lives are so short. If you could get all parties involved to sign off on it, let's ride. Otherwise, I'm not going to get my hopes up there. But it's a fun, creative idea that I do appreciate. So when it comes to the running back room, and I would like to see Dallas do this, will the Cowboys trade for a running back? Y for yes, N for no. It is the pinned comment on today's show. So if the ad break comes here on YouTube, take advantage of it. Head down there. Y for yes, N for no. Toxic Tom Downey burner account, a.k.a. Dmitry Petrovich today. Right? That's who it is? Pretty sure. Did you ever play the backyard baseball games, Chris? That was before your time, wasn't it? Oh, you don't even know what you missed out on. When did Jones... Pretty sure it's actually on my laptop still, or at least it was at one point. When did the Joneses turn into John Fisher? A's owner. When Steven got more control, and they don't like to spend. Because they win. It's like they do try to they act like they're a poor broke franchise when they're worth like $10 billion. It's frustrating and annoying to me. No mistake about it. YouTube J, be prepared. Week 3, Ravens run a lot of options, so be prepared to be annoyed. I'm very curious how the addition of Derrick Henry and Lamar shedding some weight will adjust that offense. It's a bad matchup for Dallas, man. You couldn't stop the run last year. You've seemingly always struggled with mobile quarterbacks, and the Ravens have like 2 of the best parts at those. So I'm not feeling good about that Ravens-Cowboys Week 3 matchup. Maybe you catch Lamar with a bad stomach day. I don't know. I'm not. That's not going to be. Dallas is going to be the underdogs. I think we know that one. Now, the Ezekiel Elliott 15 jersey is available on Fanatics. You just kind of got to be creative with it. Or just go to chatsports.com/Zeke15 jersey. We'll put that link in the comment section and the description of today's show. That's chatsports.com/Zeke15 jersey. That's the official Ezekiel Elliott Fanatics Nike NFL jersey for you guys. Links in the comments and the description of today's show. Ecuador man AOG, horrible option, but what is Ridgeway doing? I assume you mean John Ridgeway. He is not guaranteed a roster spot in Washington. There's Daron Payne, Jonathan Allen, Johnny Newton, we'll see when he's healthy, Fidarian Mathis, and then Ridgeway, probably next up in that Commanders defensive line room. To be quite honest, Ridgeway has not played that great in Washington. But this team is in such dire straits along the offensive line, or defensive line, I would monitor him for if he gets cut. I think he could actually fit the Mike Zimmer defense pretty well there. Dallas got stupid cute when they cut him, trying to keep this like, oh, maybe Dak can come back, which he wasn't going to timeline-wise. Everyone knew that. It was really frustrating to me. Look, obviously Ridgeway's in Washington, but he might get cut. So, could explore it. Maybe. YouTube J. Tom, Madden loves the Cowboys. Be prepared for a Super Bowl run. You know what? I will say I'm using the updated rosters that aren't made by Madden people, so maybe not as likely because they're like an 83 or an 82. I got to double check in the Madden Sims. From Martin, trade for Tristan Wirfs. Look, in a bubble, hell yeah, let's do it, baby. I just fixed my offensive line. He's playing right tackle or left tackle. Guyton's playing the other. Tampa, I'll give you Terrence Steele and a draft pick. Tampa says no. I would argue Tristan Wirfs is one of, if not the best young tackle in football, right alongside Penei Sewell, right alongside Rashawn Slater out for the Chargers. I just don't see it happening. I don't see Tampa giving it up. Now, they have thrown some money around. They paid Baker. They paid Mike Evans. Antoine Winfield got a record-setting deal. Wirfs will get more than Penei Sewell. Dallas won't pay that. So in a bubble, adding good players, I love it. Realistically, it's just not going to happen. So with that in mind, with maybe a slant towards some realistic players, name a player who you want to trade for. Go ahead and sound off for me in the comment section of today's show. $2 super chat from Zeno Sayan. Again, it's a $5 super chat for the score prediction account for the Madden Sim. Football returns in 105 days. Also, Dallas wins 30-10. Be a boring sim, but a fun sim, I suppose. We'll see what happens. If you didn't watch it, it'll also be linked in the on-demand portion of the video for today. Toxic Tom Downey burner, a.k.a. Dmitry Petrovich. A lot of fans want a new running back when the scheme is the biggest issue. Do you think Dallas will actually use a modern scheme, or will they run up the A-gap and zero screen passes? I agree that the scheme and the blocking were not good enough. They were not up to par, and it wasn't even duo. It wasn't even like wide zone. I called it tight zone. Or I think they're trying to run inside zone. They didn't do a good job of it. They didn't execute it properly. My hopefulness here is that they lean more into duo with their personnel, and they utilize that off the right side. If Terrence Steele gets back to form, you go from having a below-average run blocker to a damn good one, if not a great one. Maybe the center, Kuribi, or even Brock Hoffman will be better at that than Biotish was, and maybe by come week, down the stretch of the season, Guyton is, equal-ish to Tyron, who I thought was better in pass pro than he was in run blocking last year. So, look, I think it's all connected, right? Offensive line scheme, run blocking, the running backs. None of them played well enough. None of them did, which was extremely frustrating for me. Oh, Brian, which team do you think is the underdogs? I believe it's the Cowboys. No. The Cowboys, because of how they are treated, I would say annoyingly so, by national media, I don't think they can be viewed as the underdogs. Because the minute they go on a 3-game win streak, Dallas is back, number one story on ESPN, right? You want a real underdog? I don't know. It was the Lions last year. Now they're not. Insert NFC South team because no one believes in them, frankly. Beyond that, it's a team like Seattle, right? New coaching staff. They're not as good as the 49ers. Any AFC West team not named the Chiefs, underdog. Maybe it's the Bengals this year in the AFC North coming in last. Dolphins maybe, I don't know, something like that. Because Cowboys are going to be favored in most of their games. From Ryan, will Trey Lance earn the backup job? I hope so. I genuinely want there to be these stupid national narratives of, could Trey Lance take the job this year? He's obviously not going to. There's no chance of that happening barring injury. But I want him to ball out in the preseason. I want to have that happen. I view that as an absolute win for Dallas. If Trey Lance plays well, you go, okay, maybe we got something here. Or at least we have a better backup than Cooper Rush. And because if Lance doesn't play well in the preseason, how can you think he's going to be anything in the NFL? I'm certainly not going to. So pick a backup QB, TL for Trey Lance or CR for Cooper Rush. Who do you want to win that job? Sound off for me in the comments section of today's show. It's a good question from Robert. Has Osa done enough for a big extension? If not, what do you need to see from him this year? I would say define big. Is this like the top 10 highest paid defense tackle, $20 million a year? No. He's had 9 career sacks. I'm not paying him that. Now, if we get into, an extension, 3 years, 45, something like that, I think at that point we could get more into being the range from that standpoint. But do you know what I need to see from Osa Odighizuwa? He has 9 career sacks. Do you know how many of those have come in the first 2 weeks of the season? Or first 2 months. Sorry, big difference there. First 2 months. 7. He starts years well and then just kind of fades. I need to see more from him early on. And later on. I need to see that early season Osa, the same guy in January. And that's hard for a defensive lineman when there's not much help on the interior. There's not going to be much help this year. I think he's a starting caliber, good offensive lineman. My concern is if we don't get a step forward, it's like a richer man's Tyler Biadasz. He's a good football player. He get paid great money though. And how do we define great? So I think the Osa status, I doubt that gets sorted away this year, although it would be the classic surprise extension like they did with Lyle Collins and Jalen Smith, right? I think he hits free agency. And it could come back depending on how much it costs. From B87 Peacock 14, Dak said he's not playing for the money. Team-friendly deal? This is why Dak should not say this stuff. Because he's not taking a team-friendly deal. At what point, at any part in Dak's career, with the hiring of Todd France as his agent, do we think, he's going to take a team-friendly deal? And frankly, a team-friendly deal is like just the Jared Goff deal, which is still massively expensive at this point because Dak's not. Do we really think Dak's going to take less than Goff? I don't think so. I'd be shocked if that. I'd be happy if he did. It's a team-friendly deal then. But I don't think there's any chance that's going to happen because that's not why you have Todd France as your agent. You have Todd France as your agent to get the most money possible. And that's fine, but I think we're setting up for unrealistic things when we say, I don't play for the money. Of course you don't, but you're not going to pay for free. You're going to play for what you think you're worth. We will have more free Cowboys videos for you right here on the channel. Hit that sub button, youtube.com/@CowboysTV. Brokov, last one here. I like that profile picture. That's fun. What retired players could make an impact for the Cowboys? Aaron Donald. Still be a top defensive player in the NFL. Not going to happen. Frederick has lost too much weight. He's not actually in playing shape. So there you go. All right. One more segment, then Madden Sim time. Give me your score predictions in the comment section. If you put a $5 super chat as part of this, by the way, because I like all the super chats that came in, and get the score prediction right, it's a free beer bong at the end of the show. So score predictions in the comment section. Lone Wolf, by the way, did take me up on the bet offer. So he gets 2 entries into the signed Brandon Cooks jersey Every $10 super chat gets you an entry end of the sim. We will do that there. Peacock 14 also into that as well. This is the overall super chat menu on today's live show. $5 super chat, and you get the score prediction right, because if it's just a comment, it's honestly going to disappear and I will lose it. If you get the score prediction right, and it's a $5 super, it's a free beer bong. So great value there. $10 super chat, you are into the signed Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. $20 is a shot. If we get enough supers that I drink the entire thing of this, which means we will be out, it's a free beer bong too. No cheating and putting in 100 at once. Oh, you know what? Fuck it, it's fine. Who cares? $50 for a beer bong, and the MVP of today's show, which right now is Lone Wolf at $12 total, gets to pick the starting running back for the Week 3 sim, because I have not yet run that. Rico Dowdle getting the start this week. I think it's fun to have some changes in the lineups. And by the way, if the Cowboys sign somebody, that'll be reflected on the next sim that we do, because that'd be kind of entertaining there. We are also doing, if we get enough entries, the Venmo 50-50 raffle. $10 to enter at What Going Downey. No entries so far, which I would like to see that happen, but we'll have to keep our eyes on that front there. At What Going Downey, $10 enter the Venmo 50-50 raffle. If not, I'll send it back, obviously. The goal today, a long way to go, is to beat our Week 1 number in supers. 304.72 was the exact number. 28, which is actually 28 even? I think YouTube changed it. I think they're now just even. They're not defaulted 99 cents. Imagine that. Imagine that. So that's a change, I guess, on the YouTube side there. Free beer bong. Again, this is your chance to get me hammered. I don't drink outside of work pretty much. With some exceptions. There is a beer Olympics coming in a couple weeks. I'm either going to win or I'm going to come in last place. I have no idea which one. Like, there's no in between at this point. I thought I'd be like, it's too much on Thursday and I'm in bad shape, or I'm in good shape. Who knows? So get those supers in. We will feature those, of course, throughout the live Madden Sim coming up here in about 15-ish minutes, somewhere in that range, as we get set up here for some OTA winners and losers. You guys are watching the Cowboys Report. I am Tom Downey. The first little wave of OTAs, organized team activities, are in the books. So we will break down some of the top winners and losers from that for Dallas. First up, it is Ezekiel Elliott and Rico Dowdle. Zeke gets to be back in Dallas, where he loves, and his best friend Dak Prescott. And Rico Dowdle also there because those two guys have gotten the majority of the reps with the first-team offense from what's been available to media and what's been reported, which isn't a huge surprise. I'll make note that Deuce Vaughn got a couple reps as well, which I find important there. This shouldn't surprise anybody because Elliott and Dowdle are the veterans. They have the most experience with this team. Elliott, kind of a weird, came back, left, whatever. I don't like the running back room. I won't lie to you guys. I think it's the worst one in the NFL. But that leaves chances open for players on the roster like Zeke, like Dowdle, like Deuce, like Freeman, etc., that wouldn't be available for pretty much any other NFL team. So will the Cowboys' ground game be better this year? Y for yes, N for no. Sound off for me in the comments section. The next winner, there's a little bit of hopium here, which is fine. It's May, it's OTAs. It's okay to have some hopium involved there. It's Trey Lance, the quarterback. Lance has been praised by the team, the coaching staff, and by Dak Prescott, by the way. And it does seem like he's a little bit more comfortable in practice and dropping back after, frankly, some pretty major changes from what Shanahan was doing in San Francisco to the Cowboys do with Mike McCarthy. Here's what Dak said about Lance, and I actually do really love this quote from Dak, by the way, so hat tip to him. It's about bringing others along, and anytime I do that, I make myself and find myself better. Just in the sense of helping Trey and talking with Trey, I'm making myself better. I'm more focused on my feet. I'm not going to tell him to do something and then do something opposite and be hypocritical. It holds me accountable, and it's fun. At the end of the day, I love watching someone get better, watching someone get excited, and get the joy that I get when I improve from one day to the next. That's the way this team is going to get better, and it's not just me doing that. It's other guys, receivers, bringing on young guys, the offensive linemen, bringing those guys with them. That's the culture we believe we have here. He works his ass off. He's pushing me. I don't like to let other people get more reps than me. Trey's the person I got to watch because he's trying to get up there in the rep count. That's a testament to him and how much he's putting into this. He's gotten better. He can play. I love all those quotes from Dak. That's also, I think, one of the most the coach put his words in Dak's mouth comments. That's why I think Dak would actually make a very good coach when his playing career is all over, whenever that ends up being. And I do appreciate the fact that he's being the veteran mentor when he doesn't have to be. We have seen other quarterbacks you traded for somebody, you drafted somebody, I'm not going to help him. That's not my job. Dak does not carry that mindset. I appreciate that. And I hope that's true for Trey Lance, that he is getting better. We need to see it as well. The preseason is massive for Trey Lance. Give him all of the reps. All of the reps. So will Lance win the backup quarterback job this year? That's the goal, this upcoming camp preseason timeline. 2 for his quarterback 2. 3 where he does not win that backup job. All right, next up on the OTA winners, lots of wide receivers, right? CeeDee Lamb is not present at OTAs, so there's the number one option, not involved in the 7-on-7, 11-on-11 drills that happen out there. Brandon Cooks is a veteran. We'll come back to him, by the way, more in depth in a minute. But that means the young guys, Jalen Tolbert, Kevontae Turpin, Jalen Brooks, all playing big roles. Ryan Flournoy, by the way, early prediction. Lance Flournoy bomb in the preseason connects for a huge play. Those guys have already been kind of working together before the year began, before the OTAs began. I think those are going to be key parts for Dallas, and that I think Flournoy and Lance will have some fun preseason reps together. Tolbert seems to have added some good weight, not bad or poor weight, good weight there. He's made comments. Brandon Cooks has made comments. He's more confident, more comfortable, hoping for another step forward in year 3. Jalen Brooks continues to draw praise from the coaching staff, especially the wide receivers coach, Robert Prince. I think bodes well for him making the team, or at least pushing for it. Kevontae Turpin, which 7-on-7 drills are great for him because he kind of gets some of those two-way goes a little bit more frequently. He's shown off some in 7-on-7 drills. And Brandon Cooks, with Lamb out, has been clicking early with Dak Prescott. And Cooks has made comments that the chemistry's gone up with another, not just off-season, but working in Dak's backyard together. I think that bodes well for Cooks and the Dak connection being sharper than it was at times, especially early on last season. So grade the Cowboys wide receiver room. A, B, C, D, or F in the comments section. Next up is both Chuma Edoga and Brock Hoffman, the incumbents along the offensive line, the backup left tackle, the veteran to an extent center. Both of those guys were starters as OTAs opened up for the Dallas Cowboys ahead of Tyler Guyton and ahead of Cooper Beebe. Now, Zach Martin, he missed the public portion of OTAs based on photos that were posted by the Cowboys website. They actually had Zach Martin. I think he was there for the Tuesday session, but missed the Wednesday session, which had already been approved and whatever. So I think you're not worried about there. I also think that goes for Tank Lawrence, too, because they posted a photo of him out there as well. So I'm not worried about either of those guys. But Edoga and Hoffman, ahead of them. I think that's 4 now. I still want Guyton Beebe starting because that means the young guys earned the job. And make no mistake, from a front office organizational goal philosophy perspective, they want those 2 guys to start. But it'll have to be earned. And they did the same thing with Tyler Smith, too, by the way. Which maybe would have been a little bit different if he hadn't gotten hurt, but I think he was on his way to being a left guard anyway. So what you're going to have here is pick 2, right? It's the pick 2 flex play. Pick a left tackle and a center. CE for Chuma Edoga or Tyler Guyton for TG. CB or BH for Cooper Beebe or Brock Hoffman. Which 2 are you playing alongside, of course, Tyler Smith, Zach Martin, and Terrence Steele on your offensive line? I think I'll put some of those rookie defenders into the winners category, specifically Marshawn Kneeland and Maurice Leofau. Absences push those guys up. Remember, There's no Micah Parsons. Tank Lawrence missed at least 1 day of OTAs. Maurice Leafau is getting some more run because DeMarvion Overshown isn't present. So those guys have rotated some, with Overshown banged up, with the ones. Good. I think it is important for young players, especially more so than vets, to get some of these young early chances. You know, Nealon dominated Eastern Michigan. I thought was kind of MIA at times, but he's a great Tank Lawrence style football player. Maurice Leafau, I think he's going to maybe get some run as the top backup everywhere behind the other top linebackers. I think he's going to be your 4 in year 1. The splash plays weren't always there, but you will see actual 4-3 looks, which I don't know the last time the Cowboys showcased a real actual 4-3 look that wasn't on the goal line. That didn't have Marquise Bell in there at linebacker. They haven't done that very much. So they will do more of that with Mike Zimmer in charge, and that means Leafau will play. So name a Cowboys OTA winner for me. Any player you think has drawn some good buzz you've seen, drop that player name in the comments section. The losers for me are kind of easy. Luke Schoonmaker, I remember how I just said, it's important for young guys to get those reps early. He ain't getting those reps early, which is troubling for me. He's got a hamstring injury. Now, he was involved in catching balls in the off-season workout phase, which means, I think, I'm reading tea leaves here, he pulled his hamstring before OTAs got going and later on during the voluntary workout phase. That's brutal, man. He had 2 shoulder injuries in 2022, had off-season surgery on it this year, had the foot injury in the 2023 offseason that kind of cost him a good portion of this time of the year last year, and now he's banged up again. It is really hard to grow as a young player when you're missing your formative time frames right here. It's really hard to do that. It puts him behind the 8 ball again. So my hope, minicamp, he's back out there. We will see. Next up is Mazi Smith. I know there was the report of he's 328. No, he ain't. You look at this photo and you tell me he's 328. I'll be honest, Mazi looks great. He looks like he's retired and in shape. I don't want that frame, though. That is not a nose guard frame. Shit, he looks like a yoked up 4'3" base defensive end who weighs like 290. Look, Mazi, I love you. Get fat, man. Cowboys, get this man to a golden corral and keep him there. He has to add, and I think probably the offseason shoulder surgery is making it tough to add some weight because you don't want it can't all be bad weight. You kind of got to have some, the baseline stuff is there. Clearly, he's been working out. That is good. Let's get some more meat on those bones. Let's put him on the midnight peanut butter sandwich diet. 2 a.m., whatever. I don't want it to be all bad weight. There's a balance, right? It can't be Dontari Poe taking fatties only too far. Mazi was supposed to be the crowning moment of fatties only. It might be the worst thing I've ever done for the Cowboys ever because it has not yet worked out one time. Mike Zimmer, please save us. Got to get Mazi Smith weight back up. He needs to be heavier. There's plenty of time, but let's get. He looks great, man. He's in better shape than I am, but he's a nose guard, right? So name a Cowboys OTA loser for me. Any name you want to go with. I think that 2023 draft class still kind of stands out. So 2023 draft class. Excuse me. I'll put Mike Zimmer on here. And the reason being is this graphic. The top players who were out for at least part of OTAs. No Micah Parsons. No Mazi Smith. No Osa Odigizuwa. Tank Lawrence missed maybe just the 1 day, whatever, but he wasn't there for the open portion, but was there previously. DeMarvion Overshown and Trayvon Diggs. Shit, that's your entire front 4 and 6 starters total. That kind of sucks. You're getting set up to we're gonna take over. I'm in charge of the defense. First chance to meet these guys, truly, fully, helmets on. They're not out there. Kind of stinks. I would not be surprised if there is a bit of a slow start to the Cowboys on defense this year. That's okay because everything about this team. Would you rather go 1-4 in September or 1-3 in September, but end the year 3-1, or flip it? It's all about how they end, which is what we've said for a very long time now. We will get to the Madden Sim here momentarily, but the Super Chat menu, we'll hit some of these Super Chats early on before we get to the start of the Sim here. If you put in a $5 Super Chat and your score prediction is right, it's a free beer bong. Every $10 Super Chat that comes in is a entry into our signed Brandon Cooks jersey. $10 for that. $20 is a shot. You guys aren't even letting me drink today. Or not maybe making me drink, because that makes me sound like more of an alcoholic. I guess everyone's scared to do it. It's fine. $50 for the beer bong as well. I have 8 beers, and then I forgot beers in my car. So if we get to the 8, it's going to have to be a bunch of warm-ass beers that have been sitting out in like 90-degree weather. So there's a chance they have it get nasty in here, but it's up to you guys to make that happen. MVP today, by the way, which I believe is still Lone Wolf, but not by a lot, picks the running back for the Week 3 sim against the Ravens. Ecuador man AOG, not that far behind, says anyone but effing Elliott, which I do appreciate on that front there. And we don't wife these 304s, says Josh Ball is a beast, Operation White Lie. He knows what's up. Operation White Lie is here. We are trying to get a team to trade for Josh Ball because the math ain't mathing on the offensive line, and it'd be nice to recruit something, anything from that perspective. So Operation White Lie is a go. Appreciate that. We don't wife these 304s. All right, coming up here in just a moment, we will get to the Madden Sim, Cowboys Saints. If you missed Week 1, as a reminder, the Cowboys did beat the Cleveland Browns. Coming up on today's show, and we'll get us started here in just a second, Cowboys Saints, Week 2 Madden Sim. Who you got? C for the Cowboys, S for the Saints. As we get set up here to start this right now, there we go, Producer Chris, well done. Get your votes in, C for the Cowboys, S for the Saints. I will make notes that I did have to restart this sim. I wasn't paying attention. I was cooking dinner for Olivia, getting things set up for her and simming it in the background so she didn't watch Bluey for once. And all of a sudden, it's like somewhere in the first quarter, and I hear beep. I'm like, oh no, I go over there. Olivia turned off the PlayStation 5 about a quarter in. So we had to reset it. Don't know what we missed, which is okay. So we'll see what happens in this one. C for the Cowboys, S for the Saints. Get those comments in here. The Madden ratings were like 83 for Dallas and like 82, something like, or no, 79 maybe for the Saints. So we'll see how it all plays out. But get those comments in, C or S here. That does not look like Dak Prescott. He has hair. What are we doing out there? Looks like Dallas gets the ball to start the game here. 8-minute quarters. I turned flags down. Injuries are off. I might turn those back on, but it defeats purpose to have like season-long injuries randomly happen. It's not fun. The goal is entertainment here. Big Mike not looking that big either. Why the Madden presentation takes so long to begin, I don't know. I find it kind of lame, but that's okay. Either way, get your predictions in. C for the Cowboys, S for the Saints. As a reminder, $10 Super Chat. You're entered into our signed Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. $10 for that. We'll get set up here as finally kickoff set to go. Kick is away. Let me get the depth charts up here because I don't know who these Saints players are. Turpin short kick from the 10, 30, 35, 40. Oh! Almost busted a big one there, Kevontae Turpin. So Dallas heads out with fantastic field position here. Okay, good start. Good start. It is going to always show the 2022 stats, unfortunately. No control on that front there. I will say first quarter offers only. First $50 Super Chat is 2 beer bongs. First 20 is 2 shots. First 10 is 2 entries into the Cooks raffle. Let's get these supers flowing here. So Rico Dowdle is the starter. He was the MVP pick by Mark in week 1. Dowdle handoff of the first play of the game, gets past midfield. There's a flag! What the hell? I turned flags down. F the refs in the comments. Luke Schoonmaker, who else? Are you serious? First play of the... there were no flags in week 1, so I guess it kind of even out. But what the hell? Flag on 1st and 10. Also, you're right, Chris. They do this every time. That's all great job, EA. F the refs in the comments. So 1st and 19. Handoff. Dowdle is going to get 2 yards on that one. That's not great. Again, 2 for 1 offers to start. First 50 is 2 beer bongs. First 20 is 2 shots. First 10 is 2 entries into the Brandon Cooks raffle. Every $5 super with the right score prediction is a beer bong. That's open until the halftime. Then it stops. That's dumb otherwise. 2nd and 17 run. What in the Jason Garrett offense is this? You get a stupid flag, which I cannot believe happened. Backs him up. Great job with the weigh in there. It's a low on Mike. You run the ball twice for 4 yards. And now it's 3rd and 15. Prescott uncorks a bomb. Oh, he dropped it! Fergie! Oh, they did the deep shot. So we got a flag, 2 runs for 4 yards, and a drop on 3rd down. What a disaster class. So punt team on, it's Brian Anger. Good coverage here. Fair caught at the 15. What a terrible, got the great return. And you do that ridiculousness afterwards. Just brutal. Just brutal. All right. It's Derek Carr time. I swear to God, if there's a flag for an underthrown ball, I'm going to lose my mind. I'm still traumatized by that stupid Raiders game. Here he comes. There it is. Every time. All right. 1st and 10 Saints. There's 6.5-ish to go here in the first quarter. Carr's in the shotgun. Alvin Kamara to his right. Remember, they do have Cowboys legend Cedric Wilson now, by the way. Carr, under pressure, goes down! It's a sack! It's Micah and Tank! Spam sack in the comments! There we go! Micah Parsons cooking, I think that looked like Fuaga or Trevor, that's Fuaga. Got worked by Micah. Spam the sacks in the comments. 2nd and 19 coming up now. From the 7-ish. Carr in the shotgun. Drops back. Pressure coming! It's a safety! It's a safety! It's Chauncey Golston again! That counts as a turnover chain! What a ridiculous start to a game. Safety for Chauncey Golston. All right, every $2 super chat that comes in or above is an entry into the Brandon Cooks jersey raffle until the next play is run in honor of the safety. Or how about the next first down? Give you guys more time there. $2 super chat for an entry into the Cooks jersey. Safety punt time. What a ridiculousness play. Turpin at the 35 is going to get 5 yards. 2-0 Saints, thanks to a 2-run blast by Chauncey Golston. He's got 2 sacks, by the way, in this season sim. This is ridiculous. All right. 1st and 10 Dallas. This is not realistic, Joseph. It's Madden. Weird shit happens all the time. Prescott on the shotgun. 0 for 1 with a drop so far. Prescott drops back. Downfield. Caught! And Lamb breaks a tackle to the 30. Big play there for CeeDee Lamb. Dak to Lamb, pushing the ball downfield. Things you love to see. 88 in the comments. Good protection. Little back shoulder kind of high point action there for Lamb. He beats Paulson and Deebo for a first down. Okay. Cowboys marching here inside the 30. Prescott in the shotgun. I think that's Dowdle to his left. It is a handoff to Dowdle. Dowdle going to get to the 25, and that's about it. A gain of 5 for Rico. 2nd and 5. Oh, yeah, they didn't show up. It's literally every animation. It's really dumb. Did this one too, I guess. So under center for Prescott from the 25-yard line here. Play action. Prescott throwing off balance. What the hell is that? What on earth is that throw? That is all Madden's fault. I hope they show the replay of Dak spinning in the pocket and throwing off balance. What the hell? That is absolutely rigged. That is like Jameis Winston-esque decision making. He just dropped back, did a 360 and threw it off balance. What the hell? How is that even an animation in the game? That's not how any NFL quarterback throws it. What a joke. What the hell? This is the most off-the-rails first quarter sim I've ever seen in my life. You got a safety, a holding call, a 2nd and 17 run. Carr drops back to pass, downfield, got a man wide open. Diggs got Burt. It's Jawan Johnson, the tight end. Little corner route. The post-snap animations are just so janky, too. Ugh. Like, what are we doing? Wide open there. Someone said 360 no scope. It's funny. 1st and 10, just past midfield. Get to Ecuador Man Super Chat momentarily. Handoff up the middle to Kamara, and that's a gain of 2. So 2-0, Dallas leads the Saints. Here in the bottom of the first still. Get it? Ecuador Man says totally real Dak, Tom. Interception, sure. Spinning, no-scope 360 as Kamara up the middle gets a huge gain. Now that's the realistic Cowboys run defense right there. 360 no-scope, no. Kind of felt like one of those where Madden decides interception's going to happen here and you guys are going to deal with it. So first down, Saints. They are marching here in week 2 of the Madden Sim. By the way, both the Cowboys and Saints, 1-0. Carr, handoff to Kamara, and gets nothing on that one. So 2nd and 8 from the 31. Carr downfield, end zone. No, short of the end zone, but inside the 5. It was 11. Oh, Cedric Wilson Jr. just worked Deron Bland. Someone asked, why is McCarthy so skinny? I don't know. Deron Bland gets cooked by Chris Olave. And the Saints are now inside the 5. Icon there. 1st and goal from the 4. Carr under center. Handoff. Kamara is going to get stood up. There's a flag on the play. We got 2 flags. Holding on the Saints. Cesar Ruiz, that'll back him up. Instead of 2nd and goal from like the 3, it's going to be 1st and goal from the 14-ish. Carr going to motion Olave. Handoff to Kamara is going to get stood up for limited gain. 2nd and goal now. There's Trey Lance with the right number. It is the updated rosters, by the way, in this Madden 25 sim. From the 12.5, Carr in the shotgun, does whatever this motion means for a play check. Drops back, looking, short pass, and I think it was missed. I'm not really sure, as bodies fly around the field behind the play. 3rd and long, 3rd and goal. Got to figure a stop should be coming here. From the 13, Carr drops back to pass. Comeback route caught. Jawan Johnson is stopped short. Jordan Lewis on the tackle. That's fine. It was 3rd and 13. Needed 13 yards. They got 11. It is okay if they are stopped shy. It is okay. They're going to go for it. Wait a minute. 4th and goal from the 3. Carr under center. Handoff. Kamara doesn't get in. Turnover on downs. Royce Leafau among those in there on the tackle. Denied is right. Heavy personnel. The Cowboys' run defense holds. Leafau and Hooker leading the charge on a huge stop. Turnover on downs. Now Dallas backed up deep inside their own territory. Why does Tyler Guyton have dreadlocks? Like full-fledged, just like massively long dreads. I also don't know why Jalen Tolbert has them either. It's very strange. Like Guyton has short dreads, not super long ones. Anyway. From the 1, pass play. Prescott out route, dropped by Lamb, which probably was fine. It wouldn't have been much of a gain there anyway. So 2nd and 10. We'll do this right now since the supers are not coming in. They're kind of mediocre. Half off everything. Everything's half off for at least the rest of the quarter. Or half. Hand off to Dowdle. Dowdle's going to pick up 5. Looks like Marshawn Lattimore has his X Factor on. Dowdle, I thought I turned injuries off. Maybe I didn't. He looked like he was in some pain there. So 3rd and 5. He's still out there, so I guess maybe that would have been injury, but I had injuries turned off. They still show the animation. 3rd and 5. Prescott. Downfield. Got a man. Huge gain. Tolbert. 50. 45. First down, Dallas. Jalen Tolbert on a bomb from Prescott. Huge play. Type in those 1s for a first down and for Tolbert. Lone Wolf is into our signed Brandon Cooks raffle. End of the quarter, by the way. So recap here. Oh, look, some stats. $5 super chat is an entry. I'll just verbalize this. Into our signed Brandon Cooks jersey raffle, by the way. That's $5 now. We'll come back to the rest here in a minute. After this play, we'll mention the Fanatics stuff here. Dowdle up the middle, huge first down inside the 30. I'll go quick on this here. Tyler Guyton jerseys are available at chatsports.com/Guyton. We'll pause the sim. Don't worry, no plays will be missed. Chatsports.com/Guyton. Link is in the comment section and the description of today's live show. Chatsports.com/Guyton. Those are the official Tyler Guyton rookie jerseys for the Dallas Cowboys. Let's come back to the game here. We'll resume it. $5 super chat gets you entered into our signed Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. The icon, Chris. 1st and 10, Dallas. Peacock's in as well. Drops back. Prescott finds Lamb for a gain of 5. So, Peacock, please clarify, do you want 2 entries for the Brandon Cooks jersey, or do you want it? The shots are now $10, which I might regret. Let's look. Yeah, that's fine for now. It's fine for now. Shots are 10, so Peacock, let me know what you want. Prescott, Tolbert again, a first down. It's the Jalen Tolbert drive for Dallas. It's got like 50 yards or something on this drive alone. 1st and 10. Dallas is marching on this drive. Peacock says shot. Okay, well, you got it. So 2 entries for Lone Wolf and a shot coming up here for Peacock. Prescott, 1st and 10. Downfield, got a man. It's Dowdle. Dowdle picks up 15. And Anthony McMillan, $100 super chat, says he needs that Brandon Cooks jersey. That's a lot of entries for the Brandon Cooks jersey. And because it's 100, I'll do a beer bong as well. Just feels right. Chris is putting in the entries. Everyone spam AM in the comments. Prescott, end zone, down at the 1, Ferguson. Dak is also now 6 of 9. Everyone spam nice in the comments. Anthony McMillan coming through. Tell Stone to get a beer from the fridge for me. I owe a shot for Peacock. Beer bong for Anthony McMillan, and he's got a ton of entries into the Brandon Cooks jersey. That's some great value there. Up the middle, Dowdle, touchdown. Cowboys score. Dallas extends their lead. Cheers for you, Peacock. Thank you. Woo! Ooh, that was open. That would have been bad. Anthony McMillan, $100 super chat. He wants the Brandon Cooks jersey. Signed one, by the way. Kick is up, and it is good. We will leave the current super chat menu up for at least the rest of the half. So that's $5 for it is the second quarter, by the way, good call. 9-0 Dallas leaves. I know there's a lot going on for you there, Chris. Just like a real game, there's a lot going on you got to deal with, right? To the second quarter, we'll leave the menu up. Just $5 for the Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. $10 for a shot. I might really regret this. And then it's $20 for a beer bong, right? That's available for the rest of the half. Then I will adjust potentially based on how I'm feeling. I do have to pick up Olivia today. Here you go, Anthony. A free beer bong for you. Let's ride. Woo! Zach Hidalgo is in with 4 entries into the jersey raffle. Thank you, Zach. It's going to be a fun race at the end of today's stream for the Brandon Cooks jersey. All right, so Saints down 2 scores, 9-0, 5:24 to go here in the first half as Derek Carr, playing like Derek Carr, misses kind of badly. 2nd and 10. Saints got the ball all the way down to the 3-yard line on their second drive after a safety on the first one. 2nd and 10. Carr in the pistol. Handoff to Kamara. Kamara breaks a tackle but then stood up. Jordan Lewis makes it 3rd and 5. Let me give some hearts on these super chats here. Looks like you guys can now individually reply to some super chats that come in. I think that's a new YouTube feature because I saw someone respond to Anthony. That's really cool. I like that. Carr downfield. Got a man. Big gain. Juwan Johnson. Finally brought down by Marquise Bell, but it's a gain of a massive chunk. Oh, boy. 1st and 10. DeMarvion Overshown in coverage on just a little corner route got worked with some very weird fast forwarding and slow motion there on the replay. So Saints marching. 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Carr under center. Drops back. Out route. Caught for a gain of about 5, maybe 6. Again, Juwan Johnson. He's having a day. Simone Clark made that tackle. 9-0. Dallas leads the Saints here. 2nd and 4. Shade inside the 14. Kamara, handoff is going to be a yard shy, if that. Might be less. It is now 3rd and 1 coming up here for the Cowboys. Defense, Saints, of course, have the ball. Remember, for the rest of the half, $5 super gets you into the Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. Empty, quick pass, wide open. Cedric Wilson gets ragdolled around the field by Malik Hooker and Bell. 1st and goal. $5 super chat gets you a Brandon Cooks jersey raffle entry. That is available for the rest of the half. 10 for a shot, 20 for a beer bong. Carr to Kamara on the handoff. Makes a man miss. I thought he got in. He didn't. He juked somebody out of their shoes. The chin is also weird for Dak. It looks like awkwardly long. So the Cowboys will bring in their heavy personnel. Carr will go pistol. Kamara behind him. Kamara, handoff, barrels in. Tank Lawrence almost got their backside. Saints get on the board. FTS for F the Saints in the comments. A couple big chunk plays there for the Saints. Here's my issue with these replays. Why is it a shaky cam? It's not a shaky cam in real life, so why is it for Madden? Extra point time here for New Orleans. I believe it is Blake Groupie is their kicker. They signed the Charlie Smith guy, but I don't know if that's who it is. Anyway. So 9-7, 2.5 to go here for the Cowboys. So in the half, I should say. So final call on these Super Chat specials. Then they'll go back up to normal prices, I think. $5 Super Chat, you're into the Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. $10 Super Chat is a shot. That one might have to change. $20 Super Chat's a beer bong. Kick is away for Turpin to the 25 and stood up right there. So Rico Dowdle, he was the MVP. By the way, Anthony McMillan is the current MVP. You would get to pick the starting running back in week 3 if that holds. I got Anthony's email, so I can always email him if too. / maybe he wins and I got to do it anyway. I think you're Chris, they really every time. Every time. Icon. 1st and 10. From the 26. Handoff to Dowdle is going to get nothing on that one. You did not catch the beginning of today's show. I had to restart the sim on my PS5. I walked away to make Olivia dinner. I came back, and she turned it off. Because she wanted to watch Bluey. 2nd and 10, Dallas, 2:02 to go. Final play before the 2-minute warning. Dropped again by Ferguson. That is 2 drops today for Jake Ferguson. And he was the MVP of week 1. Played great. Not so good today. Now it's 3rd and 10. Should be like 3rd and 6. And Dallas is going to go offset I form here and hand it off to Dowdle, who's not going to get it. That's 2 drives today. Dallas just kind of gave up. I hate that decision-making by Madden Mike. Fun nickname. Stubby says $200 and Tom will drink the rest of the bottle of Fireball. Okay. I'll do it. $200. I'll do it. That's what's left. $200. I'll do it. You guys won't, but I'll do it. Minute 48 to go. That means no more shots after that, obviously, because we're out. You guys won't do it. 1st and 10 from the 28. Minute 48 to go here. Carr in the shotgun. Drops back. Quick pass. Rocked and dropped. I think that was Diggs who laid the lumber. Good for him. Yeah. Offer stands from Stubby. $200. I'll drink the rest of the bottle. It's not Fireball. It's Northern Aggression. It's not a sponsor. We'll do it. 2nd and 10. Saints have 2 timeouts. From the 28, Carr. Downfield and missed his man. Incomplete. I haven't missed any Venmos, and no, I have not. Sweet. So 3rd and 10. Carr, draw to Kamara, timeout Dallas, Tank Lawrence, backside tackle, great job there. So Dallas going to get the ball back here, Chris. This is fun. 9-7, minute 39 to go here in the half. So again, the offers still stand. $5 super chat. Entered into our Brandon Cooks signed jersey raffle. Stray hair on my neck, it's annoying me. Delay. Roughing. He got the punter. Turpin on the return to the 34. No flag. I guess because I turned flags down. All right. $5 for the Brandon Cooks signed jersey raffle entry. $10 for a shot. $20 for a beer bong. $200. I drink the rest of the bottle. That's the offer. Dallas football here. Prescott going to go empty. 4 to the right, 1 to the left. Prescott drops back. Downfield. Caught by Dowdle. It's a gain of 9. 2nd and 1. The clock is running. 1:15 to go. Not much urgency shown here by McCarthy. Prescott under center. 2 tight ends. Drop back. Quick pass. Caught that time by Schoonmaker. And the clock will continue to run here. Inside of a minute. Matt and Mike had god-awful clock management the first time. Looks like we're getting that again. They've run 2 plays, and it's taken almost a minute off the clock. Prescott play action, downfield, got Lamb, inside the 30, call a timeout, Madden Mike, he does. No, now he does. Took several seconds off the clock there. Cowboys have 1 timeout. Zach Crosby is in. We'll get to that super chat in a minute. Probably after, knowing how Madden Mike utilizes the clock, we'll just do it at halftime. Prescott in the shotgun. Drops back. Downfield. Dropped by Lamb. That is 3 drops today. 3 drops for the Cowboys passing offense. I didn't do it that time. From the 30, 28 seconds left in the half. Prescott drops back. Quick one. Caught, and that's going to take a lot of time off. A gain of 8. Got to go no huddle. Got to go no huddle. There's time. They're going to huddle. Oh, my God. They're going to let the play clock run down, call timeout again. How is this? They're going to call a timeout with 4 seconds left like they did in the first game. What is this clock management? What is this? You know what's going to happen, Chris? They're going to snap it, and there's going to be like two left. It's just unbelievable. Unbelievable. So frustrating. So field goal time here for Brandon Aubrey. It is online and good. So Dallas at least gets points. Super chat from Zach Crosby. Should I go to the season opener? I live in Pittsburgh, so Cleveland's not that far. Definitely going to go to the Steelers-Cowboys game, though. That game's going to be awesome. Yeah, I mean, if you've got the means to go to it, go have fun. Yeah, it should be an interesting game. I'm a little bit worried about that one. I feel better about the Steelers, but if you have the means to it, go to it. And Wes, give me in that raffle, hood sir. I know you meant good sir. So yeah, you're in the raffle there as well. Kicks away, and from the 2, in the final play of the half, nothing there. Why do they call timeout in the Madden Sim when it leaves time for a kick? I don't understand how the game is built that way. That is so dumb. That is so dumb. All right, halftime. Dallas 12, Saints 7 in this one. You can get the Tyler Guyton rookie jersey over at chatsports.com/Guyton. That's chatsports.com/Guyton. The link will be in the comments and the description of today's show. It is the official rookie jersey, by the way, from our friends over at Fanatics. He is wearing 60, which is also true for the Madden Sim rosters, which are updated with the new ones. All right, let's get set up here for the second half of option. It'll be the Saints ball. Zach Hidalgo. Tom, I bet Dallas gets a through-the-air TD next drive for 2 raffle entries. Otherwise, I'll super chat $10. All right, bet. Passing touchdown for 2 entries, or it's a $10 super chat. Bet. I'm down with that. Super chat 10 and no entries if he's wrong. Okay. Do some gambling here. Why not? Let's have some fun with it. So again, $5 right now. We'll keep it open for now until we get to at least 200 supers. Is the Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. $10 for shots, or a shot, I should say. I took a bet earlier, $200, and I'll pound the rest of the bottle right now. $200 super chat. I'll do it all. It's more than 3 fingers because it's like a wider bottle, but yeah. So 1st and 10, Saints football here. $20 for a beer bong, too. Those are pretty good discounted prices here. Carr in the shotgun. Drops back, play action. Downfield, got a man. It's Cedric Wilson beating Jordan Lewis. I'll shout out, we don't wife these 304s super chat. Who's worse, Kyle Brandt or Craig Carton? Probably Craig Carton. Brandt has a tendency to kind of be a hypocrite to an extent, but that's how the media game tends to go. Carton is just stupid. Like Brandt means well, but Carton doesn't. 1st and 10 from the 45. Carr drops back and missed his man. Deron Bland in coverage. $20 super chat for a beer bong, folks. So 2nd and 10. Oh, it was Cam Jordan or who that was. Handoff to Kamara. Boy, a big gain and a spin move and a broken tackle. The 35. If he had kept going with the momentum there. Big run there by the Saints. I guess it is a realistic run defense for Dallas. Not very good. So 12-7. Cowboys up. Saints ball at the Dallas 35-yard line. Carr, handoff. Kamara, massive hole. A gain of 17. Kamara's got, how many yards was that? I can't. Why is it white text on gold coloring? You can't read that. I don't know. A lot of yards for Kamara there. My nose bothers me. 1st and 10 from the 18. Still Kamara under center. It's a handoff and a huge loss to Ron Bland. 13 for 67, I think, for Kamara. Something like that. Deron Bland. All right, additional deal here. Any super chat until the fourth quarter begins with a score prediction, if it is right, is a beer bong. As Carr finds, I think that was Olave with Kendricks on the tackle. Any super chat with the proper score and, of course, the winning team, if it is right, is a beer bong. That is available until the end of the quarter. So I'm not going to do the game about to end and someone puts enough super chat and gets it right, you know. It's end of the quarter. Kamara, handoff, first down. 14 for 70 for Kamara. So any super chat, if the score prediction is right, is a beer bong. Just do super. Carr from the 8. Drops back. Dancing. End zone, corner route, caught. Touchdown, Saints. Good thing Zach Hidalgo didn't go with the Saints side of it, because that was a passing touchdown for New Orleans. Looks like all those feet are in bounds, to me at least. Cedric Wilson. It's the Cedric Wilson revenge game. Amari had a touchdown last week, and Cedric Wilson had one this week. I will verbalize these supers here as they come in. As a 2-point try is good, and it's 15-12. Suppose there's no limit to the amount of score prediction supers you can do here. Zach Hidalgo, obviously one per super, has it 29-17 Dallas. Ishmael Farouk has it 22-21 Dallas wins. Ooh, that's fun. This drive does matter if Zach is right and the Cowboys have a passing touchdown. He gets 2 free entries. Otherwise, it is a $10 super that he has to pay. $5 super chat gets you entered into our signed Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. $10 is a shot, and 20 is a beer bong. Kick is away. Brought out by Turpin from his own 2. Turpin cutting it back and gets stripped over the 26, 27-yard line. Dub Nation's right. The safeties and linebackers getting cooked by Cedric Wilson and Jawan Johnson. Who saw that one coming? 4:51 to go here in the third quarter. Did it again. They just did the boop thing. Very frustrating. So Prescott in the shotgun from the 26-yard line. Hand off to Dowdle. Dowdle, big gain, is going to get the first down. 1st and 10 Dallas. Type in those ones. Ferguson tapping the air above Rico Dowdle's helmet. Jay Rennie, change your mind on Kamara. Why? Because of Madden? No. It's like I'm not mad at Mike for having bad clock management. That's Madden Mike's fault. Prescott, downfield, got a man. It's Fergie to the 40. Type in those ones. Big play there by Prescott to Ferguson on a little corner route. Big chunk of change there. He beat Demario Davis on that one. Or maybe that was Tyrann Mathieu. It's tough to tell in Madden versus real life. The player sizes aren't right. 1st and 10 from the 40. Prescott. Little angle route dropped by Dowdle. That is 4 drops today. Prescott is 11 of 17. And of those 6 incompletions, 4 of them have been drops. Good Lord. Prescott going to go I-form set here. 2 tight ends left. Lipke in the game at fullback. Motions from right to left. Ezekiel Elliott play action. And they throw to Lipke, who makes the catch for 2 yards. It was an Elliott sighting for the first time all game. Doing it every time. Drinking game at home. Every time you see the quarterback go like this. It's like the number one motion in the sim. All right. 3rd and 8 from the 38. Prescott, downfield. Ferguson, who fell down but makes the catch. He might have scored if he stayed on his feet. Poor Zach. That might have been it. I mean, I think he's in. Safety's got a bad angle. Maybe not. But still. So Fergie getting going here. From inside the 20. The 19. Prescott in the shotgun. Drops back. Has time. Angle route. Dropped again. 5 drops today for the Cowboys passing offense. They ran that angle route again to Dowdle. He's dropped 2 of them. Lamb has a drop, and Fergie has a drop. So Fergie has 2 drops, actually. Prescott in the shotgun. Drops back to pass. Oh, he had Tolbert in the end zone. Oh, he had it. 3rd and 10 now. Oh, he had it. Bryce's fans in the game are still blaming Dak. That one was on him. They're going to go 2 tight ends, 1 receiver on 3rd and 10. Motion Lipke. Play action. Prescott downfield to Lamb inside the 5. First down, Dallas. 88 for Lamb. I'll be honest, I thought Zach Hidalgo was cooked. When they went with 2 tight ends and 1 receiver, if it's a passing touchdown, Zach gets 2 free entries. Otherwise, he has to do a $10 super chat. Prescott under center. Handoff, Dowdle. He's in! Oh, sorry, Zach. A bet's a bet. Rico Dowdle caps off the scoring drive with a touchdown. Just right up the gut. A linebacker couldn't bring him down. Casper B, the Cowboys Ravens sim next Monday. So extra point time. Aubrey's kick is good. So 19-15. Bryce, in real life, we get a holding call on 3rd and long. I trust you, Zach. You're good. So 19-15. Dallas leads the Saints. There's 2:17 to go. $5 super chat gets you a Brandon Cooks jersey raffle entry. $10 for a shot. $200, I'll drink it all right now. Kick is away. Returned. Oh, man, miss, but nothing there. That Tolbert, I think, on the tackle. No, very limited game there for the Saints. $5 for the signed Brandon Cooks jersey raffle entry. $10 for a shot. $20 for a beer bong. Can we break our mark of 304? We're just over 100 away. I think we can do it. There it is. Everyone drink at home. 2:13 to go. From the 15. Carr drops back to pass. All day. A bomb. Caught and a missed tackle. And there goes a man, Rashid Shaheed. There's a flag, though. What's the call on the Saints? Back it up. Back it up. It's on the Saints. Come on. Pass interference on Dallas. They called it on Diggs. They called PI on the guy who got beat. What a joke. Ishmael, the free entry, the score prediction only counts for the free beer bong entry, so you would have to do the entry for Cooks on its own. Would not count for both there. So Saints are up 22-19, just like that. I think F the refs is right, Joe. F the refs. 22-19. Saints lead. PI and he still got beat. What a joke. What an absolute joke. F the refs in the comments, man. That's ridiculous. I turned flags down and 2 critical flags against Dallas. PI and the guy who caught it. Whatever. Turpin on the return. 25. 30. And taken down there. God, I feel like he's going to break one of these. I really feel like he's going to break one of these. If you haven't already, please sub for more free Dallas Cowboys YouTube videos. YouTube.com/CowboysTV. Madden Sims every week. Every week. Or every show that's live. So twice a week, frankly. So 1:57 left here. 22-19. Saints lead Dallas. Any super chat for the rest of the quarter, if your score prediction is right, it is a free beer bong for the rest of the quarter only. Prescott, handoff to Dowdle. Dowdle, a big gain, 40, 50, 45, 40. Taken down, Rico Dowdle, 11 for 76 and 2 touchdowns today for Rico Dowdle. Nice bit of running there. I don't know how Dak got the handoff. I feel like it kind of teleported a little bit there. So 1st and 10. Dallas down by 3. 1:30 left. So getting down to the final moments of getting your score predictions in for any super chat. Slant route caught by Lamb for a gain of 9. Lamb, 5. I think that was 5 for 80. I saw correctly, maybe. 2nd and 1. 1:10 to go in the third quarter. Any score prediction that is right is a beer bong if you super chat it. Gotta super chat it though. Prescott drops back. Downfield. Incomplete. I think that one was broken up by Marshawn Lattimore, 3rd and 1. Tried to go to Brandon. Not said his name very much. Said Tolbert's name more. 52 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. From the 30. They need a yard on 3rd and 1. Offset I. Tight end right. Receivers left. Handoff to Dowdle. Doesn't get it. 4th and 1. They ran a stretch to the right and did not get it. It was Zach Martin who got beat. So they're going to go for it or bring out the field goal unit here? They're going to bring out the field goal unit. It's Brandon Aubrey to tie. Oh, no! The offense stays out there. 4th and 1. It's aggressive Mike. Dowdle, play action. Prescott splits the defense. First down to Cooks between everybody. Wow. Madden Mike just dropping him on the table. All right, that's going to be the final play of the first quarter. Final call. Any super chat, if the score prediction is right, I'll do a free beer bong. Any super chat if the score prediction is right. And we'll put your name on the beer bong of honor. I think that's fair. So you can double dip too, but last call for it. Trips right, because we're not going to allow it to be like 5 seconds off the game, people doing super chats. Prescott, under pressure, caught for a gain of 3. You said picked? You think it was the wrong team? 2nd and 7. We're in the fourth quarter here. Got to get that super chat in for the score prediction to count. We'll end it pretty much here because I know there's always that kind of YouTube delay naturally. Prescott, handoff to Dowdle. Dowdle is going to get 4, so it's 3rd and 3. The goal we're trying to beat is about 300 in supers. We're at 190. You can get there. $5 into the Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. 10 is a shot. 20 is a beer bong. 3rd and 3. Prescott drops back. Some time. Rolling right. Drifting. Throwing across his body. Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb! Dallas takes the fourth quarter lead. Brandon Cooks just going like this. It's kind of hilarious. Prescott off balance, gets rocked, throws a strike to Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. Cowboys retake the lead in the fourth quarter. Aubrey on for the extra point. Online and good. 26-22. 6:58 to go. Cowboys up by 4 here. 26-22. I think that's Shahi. Who's back deep there? Stanley Morgan Jr. on the return. That's weird. Kind of almost let it drop. Grabs it at his own 20 and stood up by like 5 guys, including Sam Williams. So what can Derek Carr and the Saints offense do? 26-22. Yeah, well, yeah, what can Carr and the Brown do for you? There it is. Everyone drink. They do it every play. So dumb. All right, Carr is going to be in the shotgun here. Tight splits across the board. Handoff to Kamara. Kamara up the middle, picks up 9. Big play there. Kamara is approaching 100 yards in the game. Big Mike is big mad. 2nd and 1. I'm going to watch this. I wonder if this always means a run. Quick pass, caught by Johnson for a nice little gain there. First time. I'm going to watch this. I wonder if every time this means run. Because they did it the last play, and it was a run. There's no way it's coded like that, right? It can't be. Let's keep an eye on it. Didn't get one there. 1st and 10, Saints ball at the 41-yard line, their own 41-yard line. Carr drops back to pass. Downfield, got a man, it's Olave. Past the 40, Malik Hooker defies physics by leaping and then landing flat-footed. 1st down, Saints. Just found the soft spot in the zone behind Kendricks. That's too easy. Derek Carr wants the play call. I want to see if we get this again. Carr in the shotgun. 5:20 to go. Roy is into our Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. Carr, handoff to Kamara. Kamara is going to get stood up for a gain of 2. He's at 81 yards on either 15 or 16 carries. I think that was Eric. Damone Clark got the tackle there. 2 on the day. Okay, let's see. Does he do it here? He didn't do it there. So is it a pass? Carr. It's a pass play. Under pressure screen. Kamara going to get the 1st down more. 20, 15, 10 out of bounds. Or knocked in play at about the 5. So 1st and goal. It's 26-22. 4.5 to go. Carr going tempo from the 8. Need a play by somebody. Carr looking, throwing, incomplete to Marvian Overshown. The PBU right there. The 2nd-year player who didn't play at all as a rookie. $5 super chat, you're into the Brandon Cooks jersey raffle. $10 for a shot and $20 for a beer bong. Someone let me do a beer bong. Got another cold one I want to finish out here before it gets warm and it has to go back in the fridge. Carr on a reverse gets nothing. Olave loses yards. Malik Hooker and Micah Parsons make the play. Dub Nation is right. Where has the pass rush been since the first drive? 3:45 to go. 1st and 10. Saints down by 4 from the 10. Carr in the shotgun. Drops back. Drifting. Scrambling. Throwing it away. Classic check down Carr. So 4th and goal from the 10. They have 3 timeouts. It would make a 1-touchdown game into a 1-score game. I just saw Tyler Smith walk out on the field from the Saints sideline. They're getting a field goal here. Groupie's kick is good. I think that's Groupie. I'm going to call it, I don't know if it's pronounced Groupie. That's what I'm going to call it. Group. 26-25. Chris, there's 3.5 minutes to go. Do you know what I'm going to say? Run the goddamn ball. Because if you watch the Cowboys-Browns game, Dallas was up by a score late in the fourth quarter, and we're just throwing it for no reason, and Dak got picked. So just run the ball, Madden Mike. 26-25. Kick is away. Turpin at his own 6 brings it out and gets stood up after about the 23. 1st and 10. All right, again, folks. $5 for the signed Brandon Cooks jersey. I'd love to do one more beer bong. Oh, I held like that. I have the beer, the weird green tint. Give me the beer bong for 20. It's $20 for a beer bong. It's beyond 50% off. Let's have some fun here. Okay, he just did that. Is it a run play? This will prove or disprove our theory. 1st and 10, 3:27 to go. Prescott, it is a pass play. Downfield. Picked off. Was that dropped? Oh my God. What did I say, Chris? Run the damn football. It was just like the Jair Alexander pick where the corner just beat Cooks to the ball. Oh, my God. Zach Hidalgo did put in his $10 as part of the bet. Thank you, Zach. We're now 100 away from beating the Monday Super Chat number. 100 on the money. 3:23 to go. I cannot believe they did that. First and 10. Carr. Under pressure. Micah makes the sack. There's Micah. Icon. Micah brings him down. Austin Mayer, however you pronounce it, is into the signed Brandon Cooks jersey. Icon still on screen, by the way. Big sack by Micah. That's 2 on the day, or at least I think they might have given him a half sack with Tank the first time. Big game for Micah. 2nd and 21. 3:05 to go. Why did they throw it with Dak? Back-to-back games, he's thrown a late fourth quarter pick to make this tight. Dak does have more picks than INTs this year. Madden Dak does. Carr finds Shaheed. It's a huge gain. 3rd and 9. Dak's got 2 touchdowns and 4 interceptions this year. He's completing like 75% of his passes or something stupid, though, with 5 drops today. Carr, 3rd and 9, drops back, drifting, looking, drifting, throws it away! Again! 2 of the biggest 3rd downs in the game, and Derek Carr has checked it down and thrown it away. 4th and 9, 2:14 to go. Saints have all 3 timeouts. Field goal unit out for Blake Groupie. It's a 52-yard try. Left hash. He doinked it! He doinked it! It's no good! It's no good! Doinked it off the upright. He missed it. Suck it, Trace. No good. Now run the damn football. Why have they've thrown it? 2 of the interceptions have been because they've just thrown it stupidly in the fourth quarter. Cowboys 26-25. Good Lord. Prescott going to be under center here from the 42. Someone said Marshall Lattimore has X Factor all game. He has. Down up the middle. Picks up 7. He's got 86 yards today. That takes us down to the 2-minute warning. Everyone spam run to run the damn ball. You know what's going to happen? This is going to happen in real life, and I'm just going to be screaming for the Cowboys to run it because of my Madden season sim trauma. Offset I, left side, Prescott, handoff, Dowdle up the middle, first down! Saints call timeout. 1 first down away from icing it. Dowdle is at almost 90 yards on the day. 1st and 10. They're going to fucking throw it, aren't they? I can feel it in my bones. I agree, Joe. If Cowboys hang here, Rico Dowdle's your MVP. 2 touchdowns, like 90-something yards on the ground. 1st and 10. They're going to awkwardly motion Luke Schoonmaker. Looks like he's having a seizure on the field. Handoff to Dowdle. Makes a man miss and picks up 4. Timeout Saints. Minute 52 to go. Cowboys up 26-25. What a time to be alive. Minute 52 left. Again, last call. $5 super chat for the signed Brandon Cooks jersey. $10 for a shot. $20 for the beer bong. Handoff to Elliott. Picks up a yard. 3rd and 5. They gave Rico a breather there. He's back on the field. Last call, in theory, barring some wonkiness, for the Brandon Cooks jersey. $5 super gets into the raffle for it. $10 for a shot. I really want to do one more beer bong today. I'm not feeling anything. Let's go. 3rd and 5. Prescott. Play action. Downfield. Got him in. It's Cooks. That's going to ice it. Ball game. Dallas will win. Cooks ices it when we're giving away his signed jersey. How about them apples? Cooks fell down. By the way, if he doesn't fall down, it's 6. Easily. And they probably went with like the conservative decision to just catch it and end it. So they threw it where it was okay to do it there. Cowboys in victory formation. 2 more to go here. Here's the first one. Saints are out of timeouts, and Dallas will win 26-25. Last call for the $5 super chat for the Brandon Cooks jersey. Justin White is in. Last call for a shot, $10. And last call for a beer bong, $20. Cowboys will take a knee here, and that will do it. Dallas wins 26-25, a thriller in week 2 of the Madden Sim season. They will improve to, they're going to not call a play here. That's fine. They will improve to 2-0 with the Ravens coming to town next week. Big Mike's fired up. Dallas wins a wonky-ass football game. 26-25. Who was the MVP? I think it was Rico Dowdle. I don't have the exact stats, but he's like 90 yards on 15 carries, 16 carries, something like that. 2 scores. An impressive game there out of Rico Dowdle. Cowboys win 26-25. Who was the Week 2 MVP? Let me know in the comments section right now. Chris will get set up here for the duck race to determine, or pick something fun depending on the number of names there are there. Number of names on that. Justin White is in. I'll shout out Justin's super chat here. I think Overstone has a good chance to be LB1 next year. Probably going to be Kendricks, but I am very excited and hopeful about Overshone. Had he not torn the ACL, I would have said yes. Injury does give me some pause there. So, but thank you, Justin. You are in. And Ryan McCartney came through a $20 super chat for the beer bong. Big old air bubble in there. There we go. Now we're talking. Get those air bubbles out of there. 60 entries. Okay. Have some fun with it then. You got Justin White's most recent one? Sweet, sweet. Yep, just that one. So this is for the signed Brandon Cooks jersey. We'll run that race, and I'll do the beer bong alongside of it. Look at all those names on there. You can see where all the Anthony McMillans are because it's the longer, longer text box. Don't push it across there, Chris. You're good. Duck race for the Brandon Cooks jersey. Anthony also won MVP, so let me know who you want to start at running back in week 3, Anthony. Here we go. Or even like if you want to do like the specific like short yardage power back, main back, and third down back, that's fine too. You can set the running back depth chart. Let's do it that way. Let's race. 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Woo! All right, Mark H in the lead. Anthony McMillan's Ducks are in 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 5th. He has a lot of them. All right, here comes Mark H. Anthony McMillan. Lone Wolf is in there. I see Roy up there. It's the purple duck and the clown duck. Lone Wolf with a strawberry hat duck. With 20 seconds left, pulled a hammy. Hamstrings pulled galore. It's Mark, Lone, and Anthony. A 3-way lead there. Mark falling. Lone Wolf sliding. Anthony McMillan staying strong. He's pulled a hammy. It's a different purple Anthony McMillan duck. Anthony McMillan wins all of the pole positions. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. I suppose the math is mathing on that one. He had a lot of the entries. Played the odds in his favor. Anthony, pretty sure I have your email, so I'll shoot you an email. Appreciate that, my friend. We will be back on Monday with the next live Cowboys report. That's Cowboys Ravens Madden Sim. Don't miss out. Hit that sub button for more free Cowboys YouTube coverage. See you all then.